Welcome back. Okay, so we've already created the first Zap, which takes those Typeform entries, puts it in the Google Sheet, and we created our quick glide app. Super simple. Everything is set up. Now what we're going to do with the second and third Zap, the second Zap, we're going to look for an updated row. The row we're going to look, or the column we'll look for is the contacted column. If it's a checkbox, we're going to send a text to me to let me know that, hey, a contact has been updated. The third Zap's going to look for the same thing, except for the column will be send more info. And if that's checked, we're going to send an email out to the contact with some pre-filled information for them. So let's go ahead and get started. Looking at the Google Sheet, we can see that's the column we're going to be looking for is contacted column. The value that we want to look for is the value of true. So we need to set up a Zap for this. Let's go back into Zapier, click Make a Zap. The trigger is going to be an updated spreadsheet row. Let's see. Is there an updated one? Newer updated. Yeah, there we go. Newer updated spreadsheet row. We're going to go into this account. The spreadsheet we want, new leads from landing page. Worksheet is leads. The trigger column is contacted. Let's go ahead and send a test. Looks like we have that row. Perfect. It was updated to true. Beautiful. So just to be sure that this moves forward correctly, we're going to put a filter in place. This way we can look at that contacted column for that updated row and just make sure. Let's do text contains just to see if that. Okay, perfect. It would have continued. There we go. So now that we have the filter set up, the next step we want is just to send a text. So we'll just do the simple SMS by Zapier. We've done this before. There's our account. Doesn't matter what number it is. A new lead has been contacted by the team. And the lead, the name is, there we go. Continue. Test and review. Awesome, got it. A new lead has been contacted by the team. The lead, John Smith. All right. So we're done editing here. Contacted lead notification. Let's turn that on. Perfect. So the third Zap here is when the send more information column is checked. So let's create that. It's going to look very similar to the Zap we just created. Newer updated spreadsheet row. Here's our account. The spreadsheet. The worksheet. Now the column we want this time around is going to be send more information. Send more info. There it is. So let's just go back into our app and go ahead and we're going to check that box. We'll reload the sheet to make sure that that updates in the Google Sheet. Perfect. It's there. Going back into the Zap, we'll hit test and review. That row should populate. There it is. We're going to add that filter just to be safe. And the reason why we do this is because that row or that column could be updated with a false value or something just that we just don't want. And we just want to be sure that we're only sending this email if that value is true. Okay, perfect. And then the last step is going to be an email. Send outbound email. The to field is going to go back to that spreadsheet, and we're going to click the email there. The subject line is the information you requested. And then here's where we'll send information over. We could attach a file here, something like that. From name, our team, whatever we want the email to say, and we'll click continue. Send a quick test. Awesome, an email is sent. Now we can name this. And turn on the Zap. All right, the last thing I want to do is just create a folder. We'll call this lead flows. And we are going to select all of those zaps we just created. Move to lead flows. There's one last thing we need to do in the Glide app to make sure everything is working. Simple change. We need to take the layout of the app from details to compact list. When we do that, we can see the list of all the contacts and click in to then see the details. When we go into the details, then we're going to go ahead and add another checkbox for contacted. We're going to make sure the send more info is in the right format. So let's add that in as a checkbox. Send more info. Beautiful. Okay. So now we've got it set up just like we need. We'll reload this sheet. Let's look at the app here and give it a test. So now we're looking at this app and we can see that new contact who submitted their information via the website. So I would have this on my phone, and if I'm one of the team members, I might look and say, oh, there's another contact. Let me click in and give this person a call. I give them a call and I say, okay, great. I'm going to checkbox contacted. Oh, and this person also really wanted some more information, so let's go ahead and send them that email. I'll check that box too. Great. And then I go about my day. So when those two things were checked, now we can expect the zaps to run and send me a text message. Let's see. Boom. A new lead has been contacted by the team. Lead, Andy Vernon. Perfect. Then an email should have been sent. Let's check the email. I'm going into the email and I'll bring that into the screen. So I'm going to bring that down here. Here's the email and it looks like it came from our team. Perfect. Information you requested. Here's the information. We'll send information over. Beautiful. So the email ran. If we go into that Google sheet that houses everything, we can see Andy Vernon has both check boxes checked. Beautiful. If we go into Zapier, we can see all three of these, see that they ran just as expected. All right, so that was a few zaps we had to do. We'll check you in the next lecture. Thanks.